In this video, family, we're going to be taking a piece of jewelry depicting ancient symbolism and using the elements and words of power, going to be making it into what is known in the ancient world as an amulet. Having said that, let's jump right in. With the truth, the facts, we lay it down flat. With a melanated empire, never hold back. Put the facts in the blacks and make... First off, let me put something on the wax. This video is not for no left brain, too scientific, too logical individual. We deal with individuals. In fact, all my subscribers, and big up to the new subscribers still, Manuel feeling the love still, coming in, give thanks. Big up yourself. We're not dealing with two left brain individuals. We're dealing with balance, so we're dealing with ma'at. So we're dealing with left and a right brain. So right now we're going to the intuitive, into the spiritual side, and that is why it took so long to build this video, family. I had the first video to really have to do with that. So I had to get the time, make the conditions as best as I could, right, to bring this to you. Now, in ancient times, family, I'm talking about ancient Africa, Nile Valley culture, even ancient Greeks and Romans, and in fact, what they do actually practice, they learn from us, okay? So, within ancient times, and I'm sure in movies as well, in fact, before I go to the movies, in ancient times, family, people, indigenous cultures around the world would wear things around the neck, be it rings, okay, or necklaces, in the form of what you refer to as amulets. These amulets were thought and believed to contain certain powers, okay, positive energy that would ward off stuff like ill fortune, okay, mysterious deaths, right, and basically to just ward off evil. They believe that these objects were actually charged, whether passed on through generations or whether charged themselves, with a particular energy that would aid them, okay, within time where they are probably blind to even that dimension for that particular point in time. And they're probably not paying attention to the synchronicities, right? So these objects would aid in the protecting of negativity. I mean, that is why some individuals will wear crystals such as black tourmaline and black obsidian. I mean, we actually have a black obsidian present to ward off all negativity. Now, we're not actually saying this is the only way for this to be done. This is our particular way after coming across different, those sources of information. I'm putting this together to basically bring a different level for the family. We're still going to be breaking down and delineating the Bible, but we just wanted to begin on this note, family, right? In movies, I mean, there is a recent, some anime movie called Troll Hunter, and the individual called Jim has to get, or he stumbles across this sort of object that they refer to as an amulet, which possesses some power in it, family. And that power, when he gets hold of the amulet, I mean, as I just explained, the power of the amulet is supposed to be bestowed on the wearer, on the owner. So it's like when he get the amulet now, you can actually, possess the power within the amulet, and you would see him transform to a knight, and he will have this giant sword or whatever.
Master Jim, destiny is a gift. Never forget.
Even in Lord of the Rings, as I explained, these amulets can also be in the form of rings as well. When they were too big to be as rings or whatever, they would put it as necklaces, right? Lord of the Rings is a ring that have a special power to it, but that power was negative energy, okay? But for this video, family, we're going to bring, do a little ritual and basically be converting just an ordinary piece of object and charging it with specifically the elements involved throughout nature, okay? So these elements, the 5 elements that I'm referring to, everybody should know the 5 elements, guys. In Hindu culture, they call it Panchabhota, right? Which are the 5 elements which permeate throughout nature, throughout the living, throughout the universe. So it's like these 5 elements have to be possible for there to be life. So we're talking about air, which is wind, obviously, water, earth, fire, and the 5th one is ether. But ether would more relate on a different level. We're not going there right now. To us melanated individuals, but just to generalize the term, they refer to it as space, right? So we basically have, for the air, right, for the wind, we're going to be using, instead of sage, we're going to be using Palo Santo. The reason being, when you purify with sage family, okay, and that's a bill we have to do as well. Sage would ward off both negative and positive energy, whereas this Palo Santo promotes positive energy. So anytime you sage, it's good to do this after. But then saging as well, you really have to be mindful of it. I know we came into the understanding and into the knowledge, and we just going through and saging through. But as I said, we're gonna do a video specifically for that. But to represent the element of wind, we have Palo Santo to represent the smoke, right? To represent water, we decided to go with, for both the water and the earth, we decided to go with that of the sea, because obviously we live in the Caribbean and it's surrounded by beaches. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I am creating an amulet for guidance, I know it will be within these quarters or these dimensions, so to speak, within the vicinity of St. Lucia. You know what I mean? Unless I decide to travel and decide to do something further. But if I'm basically making this amulet in regards to guidance for myself on this landmass that I am right now, went to the beach, because the whole island is surrounded by beach. Not forgetting, family, the earth is created of 75% water. That water, while there are rivers, streams, the ravines as well, all streams, ravines, whatever, go to the sea, go to the ocean. So majority of that water, which is 75% water, the earth is seawater to a level, right? So we decided to go with some seawater, which obviously has its saline content, right? Which purifies as well. And we decided to go with the sand. Some will say, but to represent the earth, So represent the element of water with the seawater, and the element of earth with the sea sand. So you might say, but earth, so why you take sea sand? So isn't sand part of the earth? Trend question, If sand is part of the earth, then why not? And you'll be like, but sir, you can something then plant a seed in the earth, and don't you see trees in sand as well? Specific trees, like the coconut, and like the sea grapes. Huh? So it's just another level, family. So to represent the element of earth, we have the sand, and to represent the element of fire, we have a red Erdmark big candlestick. So why red? Within the science of candles, really, that's another thing we have to go into, because again, candle burning was really part of the Voodoo culture that was brought across from West Africa, but then it was shunned and demonized, right? And even turned really to more on a negative level in regards to the oppression it was getting during slavery. And part of it also has been sort of synchronized with Catholicism, just for us to mask it to a level, which is why, again, family, you will see a lot of voodoo people sometimes would use Christian pendants denoting Christian saints in their rituals and their vibe as well. Okay, so we can see all of it extends there. So in the science of candles, a red candle represents the element of fire. That is number one. But red is also representative of strength, fast action, right? And even guidance and positivity to a level. Again, red relates to even the root chakra. Again, I know the family probably waiting for that chakra video not now. Family, it's taking a lot, trust me, because there are different pictures we need to get, and my laptop is really slow at the moment. We try to get a new one, and there's story thing there for the family. We just give thanks for bearing patient with us, despite the quality may not be that good, and hopefully you hear me clearly. Let's continue. So the elements, family. We're going to be using the elements, obviously, air, water, earth, fire, and ether. I would be transmuting the ether with my energy, okay? Because, as I said, the ether actually represents us melanated individuals, but they try to even call it space. But if you even want to go to the space level, aren't we in space? Isn't this room where I'm in, there is space even confined? It's a confined space. So space basically is just omnipresent. Let's just put it that way, right? So we're going to be using the elements to help us to make or create this object into an amulet. To remove a bit of the spookism, right, for those who are probably still a bit skeptical, the elements we are using, I don't have nothing demonic there, family. You can see I even have my Ankh. My Ankh is resting on an amethyst cluster that you probably can't see, but I just had to bring it up for the family to see. Is life I promoting? I'm promoting no negativity. You haven't heard me call on Satan, even though I showed you that itself is just even the planet Saturn, but there is a specific energy carried along with it. We're promoting the nether, that divine conscious energy that permeates through all of the universe, and us being even the highest manifestation of that creative energy, that force, that energy. We are God in ourselves, so we are basically creating and going to charge a piece, even using those 5 elements, which, as I said, is present in all of nature, called different names within different cultures, right? Without these elements, family, nothing can go on. So even though we have just a piece or a representative of these elements there, when we go out into the world, it's gargantuan. There it's on a minuscule level, but obviously, I hope the family is with me, right? So obviously, if we are using these elements, there have to be some vibe behind that, family. Don't come with your, you know, your predominantly left brain and try and say, or don't come with your vibe and feel like, boy, all you have to do is pray. And well, if we're dealing with energy, is energy we're dealing with now there, The next step is we're gonna be passing the object. In this video, we're gonna be using an anchor. I'm gonna do both my anchoring and my anchor necklace. I've done the necklace before, but it's been a minute, so I'm just gonna redo it. And if you have a wadjet symbol, which for those who don't know what the wadjet is, you can scroll down and check out our video, the Eye of Heru. We haven't been ready to put videos up in the link yet. We haven't have really time for that, family. We ain't even getting paid for this, family. You see what I mean? It's just a love and just helping the family ascend. That is what we on. That's why the subscribers, the few I getting, as I say, give thanks, because you're all feeling the vibration. So there we go through. So we're gonna be using the Ankh piece. For those who don't have an Ankh and you have the wadjet, which is the Eye of Heru, and it's metal, you can use that as well. For those who have a wooden Ankh, you can use that as well. But if your Ankh is made of metal or silver, I will think that it also has gone through and does contain the 5 elements as well. So I was reasoning for Benjamin, and the Benjamin be like, but you want to use the elements to charge something, but the thing is already made of the elements. They're telling me, yeah, it's already made of the elements. But then, do you know the energy it was created with? It was probably created with no positivity, probably just gas. Let me just make that because I have a whole 100 there to make. Let me try and make a money to feed my family, and or probably just made it with just a neutral energy. It possibly could have been made with a positive energy as well. But what's wrong in charging something with your energy? I'm not telling you don't have energy. As we have demonstrated, family, in videos such as the God Body on our channel, right? That you are first a spirit or a soul, and then you are a body. It's not the other way around. Not I am a body and I have a spirit. No, you are first a spirit, which is why when you transition, your body remains, but your spirit transitions. So you are first a spirit, then a body. Now let's have a quick look at this. That spirit that you are is predominantly, if not all of it, electromagnetic energy, family. You see what I'm saying? And your body, your physical anatomy, each cell in your body actually carries a voltage of 1.4 volts. So you are electricity in itself. There are different forms of energy. And you possess mostly all of them, family. You see what I'm saying? So by you transmuting your energy, because your energy, even your aura field, what they call your biofield, right? Which cannot be seen by the naked eye, actually extends yards away from you. So we're not talking folly, we're not talking, you know what I mean? It's along the path of science, but we're taking it to another level. Like, we reach the science, it justifies some levels to it, reach a part, okay. The scientific empiricism cannot go past that. So we have to take it on the next level, okay? Now, something I forgot to mention, in ancient times, right? Especially in ancient Egypt, the power that the amulet carried was, it had to sort of do with the material that it was created with, the amount of power that to them that they believed that it possessed, had to do with the type of material, the color of the material, okay? Also, if there are any inscriptions on it, like you can see for my Ankh here, for example, has the Meduniter inscription on it. And even as I said, what is created with, so gold is a higher vibrating metal. So the gold will carry a higher frequency, but then the silver is also passable as well, right? So let's go in. The next step, obviously, is for every, there is an incantation while you pass in the object through each of the elements. And the cantation is, okay, I sanctify this, if you're using an Ankh or a Wajet, I sanctify this Ankh with the element of whatever element you're passing it through, that it protects and guards me. And that is it, family. It's just as simple as that. But each element you're passing it through, you have to say it. When you get to the ether, okay, you would have to actually massage your hands. I recommend you clapping 5 times, okay, to charge up your hand chakras. You hold it in there and you just meditate upon that same affirmation, right? And then that will just seal it up. So we're going to give a demonstration, obviously. Before we do, we're also going to speak some words of power, some affirmation into existence, into the atmosphere, and set the tone and set the vibe for this ritual. To Awu Winter, Nuk Hikau, Nuk Raaku, Nuk Bara, Nuk Hikau. I sanctify this Ankh with the element of air, that it protects and guides me. I sanctify this Ankh with the element of water, that it protects and guides me. I sanctify this Ankh with the element of fire, that it protects and guides me. I sanctify this Ankh with the element of earth, that it protects and guides me. I sanctify this Ankh with the element of ether, that it protects and guides me. To Awu enter. Sanctify this Ankh with the element of air, that it protects and guides me. Sanctify this Ankh with the element of water, that it protects and guards me. I sanctify this Ankh with the element of fire, that it protects and guards me. Sanctify this Ankh with the element of earth, that it protects and guards me. Sanctify this Ankh with the element of ether that it protects and guards me. So I will enter. And that's it, family. As simple as that. So now I have both my ring and my necklace charged as an amulet. So I hope that you get a chance to practice this within your own space, because obviously anybody who come in on you doing this, we're going to think you're doing some kind of voodoo ceremonial ritual, which you sort of are. But as you can see, nothing but life we're promoting. Okay, we have a big central Ankh showing that it's life. We have our black obsidian to chase away negativity. And obviously, family, these amulets, I'm not saying that it's going to protect you from COVID. It's going to protect the popo from running up on you. But there are certain times where we are absent to certain synchronicities that the divine consciousness is trying to portray to us. Okay, and if it's negativity, these things have harbored sectional aspects of elemental qualities of existence within it, even with your own energy, do and can, and I believe I've even, expressed it to some level that these things, family, right, are serious. That is why the ancient peoples were doing it. You see what I'm saying? Because right now, in this sort of new age, don't you realize that new age, but then it's a lot of the ancient ways coming back. So this is just one of the aspects, family. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're in from all of this time, please subscribe to us. We're not asking you $1. We're not asking you anything. Just a click of your mouse or click of your finger on your phone screen. Subscribe to our channel, because you can see it's nothing but good intent. So first video of 2021. Spiritual aspect, spiritual level. Yo, I'm telling you, even when I was giving the words of affirmation, the words of power at the beginning, I had to break it down for the family. I said Tuau Winter, which means all praises to the divine consciousness. Then I said Nuk Hikau. Nuk Hikau basically means I am the word itself. Then Nuk Ra'aku is I am Ra's glorious shining light. Then Nuk Bara is I am the soul of Ra. And Nuk Hikau, the ending, is I am the God that creates through sound. So as you can see, we use the sound vibration, which is still a part of the electromagnetic spectrum, to even speak into existence using the elements and charging a piece, converting it into an amulet. Having said that, family, peace, love, don't forget that.
Situation is more than we can handle, Planeteers. We need help.
You mean...
Exactly. We must do as Gaia advised. We must combine our powers. Let's do it! Let our powers combine. Earth! Fire!
Wind! Water!
Heart!